Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I am Anchorhaven, and it's 5:50 a.m. here in the United Kingdom. Good morning. How are you? So this is the Mystical Wellness channel, and on this channel, these early AM lives, we look into all things weird and wonderful, high strangeness. We're going to get into the unacknowledged special access programs at times, talking about super soldiers, stargates, time travel, cloning, and much more. We do card readings, and we come together at this time of the day to witness each other's lives, to support each other, and to have some fun. This very early hour, my eyes are slowly waking up, and I didn't have an alarm set today, but I felt like there's something in the room that was going to drop something on my head to wake me up if I didn't wake up sooner. Good morning, Kat. You are the first in the chat. Good morning. How are you? I didn't set an alarm, so I just woke up. But there's something weird I'll talk about when everyone gets here. And I had a message from Michael Koff, who is our guest at this time tomorrow. So he's just sent me a hi. Like, is it today? Kind of hi. No, Mike, it's tomorrow. We've got Michael Koff coming on to do the paranormal show, the monthly paranormal show with Michael Koff from the energy that surrounds us and something into the unknown. He's got a couple of podcasts. So, and last month when we did the paranormal show, we all had paranormal experiences afterwards. So get ready. Get ready. Good morning. How are you? If there's a topic of the day, let me know. If there's something that you've seen, you've heard that you would like to talk about, let me know. You're just watching the John Whitberg interview on Daniel Sala. Okay, well, he's got many. There's so many on Daniel's channel at Saint Olga 69. There's so many interviews with John Whitberg. I have binge watched most of them, I think. Yeah, check out John Whitberg's channel at the John Whitberg. Oh, it's a new one. Oh, he didn't tell me to do a new one. I ask him that kind of thing all the time. If you've got any new interviews, got anything new coming up? And there is a release today on his channel. There is a premiere, and it's quite early. I think it's 3:30 Eastern or 3:30 Central, and it's part 2 of the USAPs in Cinema series, and it is a review on the Blade Runner movie. Yeah. So that's going to be hitting his channel this afternoon, which is quite nice and early for me. So it's like at 9:30 UK time, I think. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, please do check out John Whitberg's channel today, because for me it's already Tuesday. That will be great. And I submitted another movie yesterday, which I did not realise was written by Philip K. Dick, and the movie is Paycheck. So hopefully that'll be one that gets done soon. Curious Cole, good morning. How are you? I did watch your video, but it ends so abruptly. What happened? What happens towards the end? When you're like, no, and then you disappeared at the end of that video. I get the feeling that something happened there. And but yeah, let me know how you are. That was a good video. That was a good video. Oh, the internet cut out. Okay. I thought maybe you'd realised you'd left the stove on. So that's quite funny. So there's a part 2 coming out, is there? I've not seen any part 2 yet, but that'll be really good. Jason, good morning. How are you, pal? So I didn't have my alarm on. It's out. What, your internet? Restless night. Yeah, I've had a very restless night. And see behind me, there's a shelf, right? And my bed is right next to it. And I put a bottle of Pepsi on the shelf, but pushed back, like at least a hand length pushed back. Because normally I put my glasses there or whatever, but I had this bottle of Pepsi pushed back, so like it was here, say. And then I just woke up and it was right on the edge, as if something was getting ready to drop it on my head if I didn't wake up. So creepy. I looked back at yesterday's video, and there definitely was an orb, but not enough for me to cut it. So if you see an orb, tell me straight away. Just type orb in the chat, and then I'll press a little button that lets me make a 49-second short. It's like a little button, and then we can try and capture the orbs, because for some reason they get hundreds of views just when I put orb in the title. Hundreds of views. So Pepsi flood. Oh my, yes. Wizard, good morning. How are you? I'm just saying how something was about to push a Pepsi bottle on my head if I didn't wake up because I had the Pepsi bottle set back and I woke up and it was right on the edge of the shelf here, like right above my head. So something was going to wake me up by dropping Pepsi on my head in the bottle, but and not a heavy bottle, luckily. So we just see what's going on with my eyes. I'm going to have to find my hay fever tablets today because they are very raw when I wake up and I'm not really sleeping properly. So very bizarre dreams. Let me just do some aura spray. So this is the Spiritual Connection Spray by Oil Faction, which is a brand here in the UK. Made by an Irish chap, and I keep meaning to get him on the channel. But I went to his talk the other day and he swears so much. Oh my God. Like so bad. So our guest for tomorrow's show sent me a message today, so that we're never really sure of the time difference because I've got Paranormal Mike is coming on to do the early AM monthly paranormal show tomorrow. So this time tomorrow, Michael Koff will be joining us for a live, and we're going to talk about some movies as well, and which is great because tonight, this afternoon, Tuesday. John Whitbug is releasing a new episode of his USAPs in cinema series, and it's on Blade Runner. So do check that out. It's like 3:30 Eastern, or it could be 3:30 Central. I'm not entirely sure. Wizard just finished the ACIO video. So yesterday I re-released, I put a video on my channel that I had linked in, but I don't think anybody was really watching it. So there's two videos. There's another one that goes with that. The first one is with Jessica Morocco. And I had a 1 hour session with Jessica Morocco in March 2025. And then about 10 days or 2 weeks later, I had the ACIO video with Jessica and Peter. Now my experience was 2.5 hours long. And you'll see in the video, I look very sick for most of it because the level of resonance was just like, oh my God, the whole way through. And you hear Peter saying, oh my God, this is crazy, about 250 times. So they cut out an hour of Peter saying, oh my God, this is crazy, and left a 90-minute video. Danny says, I love Michael Koff. Yeah. You know what? I'm really warming up to Michael Koff now because we spent that day together on the Gina Virginia Casella's channel when she did the online conference. So for the next one in June, he's going to be on the mod team as well, so we can all have fun together. Yes. Yeah. So you'll notice when you do go to that video, I say watch it back at 1.5, right? The reason I do that is because he talks very slowly and keeps saying, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. I heard the real ACIO is not on the physical dimension. These people that like to say that they're ACIO, Advanced Contact Intelligence Organization, or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization, work in all realms of existence. And they have been going for an extremely, extremely long time, to the point of that they were the first observers on the planet. So even though I had a positive experience, I still have a level of, not too sure about these people. Right, I'm not too sure. Yeah. So and I've been thinking about something recently about the merge. So yeah, so I do value the experience I had. I do, because there was a lot of information in that experience that came out that either confirmed stuff that I had discovered organically, gave me extra information about the things I discovered organically, or they gave me new information that I was able to verify separately. And because I have a debrief process, which is all about verification, and there's some things that they told me that I'm still trying to think: is that true? Is that me? Does that make any sense? Because things like Project Mannequin, that does not make any sense to me. And John Whitbur basically says he doesn't think it's a project. Peter talks about two locations, two areas on Mars that I have not been able to get anybody else to confirm. So I think it's Area 58 and Area 61. Is that right, James? If anybody's just watched the video. So he talks about these two areas on Mars. I've not heard anybody else use that terminology at all. Area 58, Area 61. No idea. So yeah, so there's a couple of things that I couldn't verify, and there's information that's like, yeah, wow, okay, that's really intense. So, but there was a page on their website, the ACIO, where it told you how that process works, okay? And that page, I couldn't find it yesterday. You haven't heard of those areas on Mars either. No, nobody has. Nobody has, right? And I've spoken to people who've got really active memories of being on Mars bases. And nobody's heard of Area 58 and Area 61. So I don't know whether that's just something that they call them. There's also the merge aspect. And check out Archive 81. Let me write that down. I've also got 2 words that I need to say. One of my friends says I say these words funny. Archive 81. So yeah, so I had a positive experience working with the ACIO, with Jessica Morocco, and I've got a separate video with Jessica Morocco that you do need to go back and watch. So it's on my Anchorhaven Origins playlist, and I've just updated the thumbnail, and there's a picture of number 7 on it, and it says number 7, right? So that's the one with Jessica, to go and watch. And on the thumbnail, I've actually updated it so that you can see me and as my Japanese self with my Japanese brother. There's a little image there as that as well, on the thumbnail. And my Japanese brother is Yoshiro Surabaya, who's Draco Reed. So I have very clear memory. Whether it's this context of existence, I'm not sure. It could be a different context. But that is my brother, and I've had a lot of energetic reaction to certain things, like in John Whitberg's books and stuff. Okay, yes, so I had a positive experience. I still recommend the experience, but obviously with a high level of discernment so you can see what works for you. And if you were thinking about going to have that ACIO process done, because it is a process, then I would encourage you to really sit down and think about all the things that you know, everything that you know that you'd like to have verified. Write down a huge list of questions and go really deep and intimate into those questions of things that you'd like to get verified. Because I went into it quite blind. I didn't have that many questions. I was just happy to hear anything at all. But if I went back now with this brain, with the SSP super soldier analyst mind, I would ask very different questions, you know? So I asked things about can you see my original birth certificate? And they said, yeah, I see your birth certificate. Your name is Juliette Louis. Now, Louis is a name that I travel with, right? But when he's saying Louis, he's actually meaning Levi, Levy, but he's pronouncing it as Louis. And but Juliette, so this name Julia, Juliette, Julian has followed me around a lot. And my original birth certificate said 1920. Right, which I was born in 1975 in this physical body, but there's supposed to be another version of me born in 1920. So yeah, so there's so I got a lot out of that video, but the one with Jessica Morocco, where it's just an hour of us talking, there's a lot of good information in that. So I'm going to link that out today as well to make sure that people have watched that one. Yeah, so there's still things that I'm trying to process. So when you get that thing, because it cost me $200 to have that session, but it was 2.5 hours long, the actual session. And we got a lot of confirmation on there, a lot of confirmation about the Orphan Black similarity, a confirmation on the Umbrella Academy similarity of me being number 7. Now, I knew I was number 7. Basically because of things that had happened to that character and the abilities that that character expresses. They are my abilities, yeah. And Drago Reed can confirm that they are my abilities. So, and Sean Bond has confirmed that they are my abilities, right? So that character has a phosphomancy ability, where she's working with plasma, she's working with light and sound. They are my abilities, yeah. So they in TV, like USAPs in cinema, like John Whitberg's doing a show about, they take our archetype. So they take, you're a character like that. So they develop a character based on your abilities, based on your experiences, and so they use you as like a template. So number 7, I am the template for number 7. Orphan Black, Drago Reed, and I are the templates for those characters. Good morning, Woo, and Woo's left nipple. It's fully healed. That's so cool. And yeah, so Wizard Wakers, what did you think of that video? Did you think it was helpful? I don't think it's harmful, yeah, but and there's some elements of it that are very helpful. Yeah, so not in the physical dimension was what Tan said. Oh, Tan, one of your videos is getting reviewed. I asked far too many questions of John Whitberg. Because I was like, well, when am I getting one of mine? And he's like, Tan is first, then Anchorhaven. right? Because he's doing it on like, you've submitted so much or whatever, and I've submitted so much. So, but you're literally like the number one admission person right now. No idea what he's reviewing though out of what you submitted, but I submitted another one yesterday, which was Paycheck, 2003. Paycheck. Has everybody watched that movie with who's that actor? Ben Affleck. Has everybody watched Paycheck? Because it came into my awareness yesterday when I was typing something about Paycheck. And then my mind was like, oh my God, that movie is about secret projects and getting mind wiped and then going on the run from three-letter agencies and whatever. And then I submitted the movie, and then I realized afterwards it was written by Philip K. Dick. Can you believe it? So it's all about reverse engineering, going into secret projects, and then he's got to track back and realize, why did he send himself these 12 random things? And it's because he's used some kind of future technology to see what's going on. Okay. Hey, Danny there. So let's see. It's kind of changed over the years if you bag machine it. Just going right back through the chat. Woo, what happened to your nip? I think it was very helpful. It looked like it cracked a lot open. You know, it did. It did. And I'm still, when I listen back, not only is Peter's voice activating, so I talk about the Master of Observers, and somebody had said it on a video. Oh, what can you tell me about the Master of Observers? And then it was him going, Master of Observers, right? And then my mind just went boof, like it was some kind of Winter Soldier phrase. Oh, full on projecting, screens opening. So there's something about Peter. I think sorry, well, that's my cousin. Yeah, one thing I'm not sure that's in the video is that me asking Peter at the inside if we're related, and he says yes, we're actually cousins, right? And he shared a memory of me, and so I don't know, was that in the video? Was it? I don't know. Free puff. Oh, put. Look at me, so 420s now. It's free puff puff. No, it's put golf day. It makes me maybe want to get one sometime. Yeah, also watch the video I did with Jessica first, because that was only $100, and she is super freaking psychic. I'm not joking. And Drago's done quite a lot of things with Jessica and Peter. He didn't have them all released, so there is one or two out there, I think. But Jessica was the first person to place me and Drago together. And when she did that, my mind then allowed me to start seeing that connection, because I'd avoided Drago quite a bit. It's like I'd avoided his videos. I'd watch a little bit and then I'd go off it. Or somebody, I think even Audrey Walters said to me, in 2024, we did a session together in October, and I was saying, I'm thinking about getting a regression. She's like, no, you need to talk to Drago Reed. So it was like, even she could tell that there was something that I, needed to connect with him about. You saw Paycheck in the theatre, reverse engineering. Oh, snap, geez, get well. See, 70% of all movies ever made released in the USA. Wow, that's cool. Minority Report. Now, I don't believe anybody's released Minority Report for submission, and I don't believe anybody's requested Total Recall, which is all these are Philip K. Dick movies, and A Scanner Darkly is less than a week away. I'm not sure what that says. Fresh bowl of green mint chip ice cream. I nearly bought that yesterday, but instead I went for Neapolitan. Do you guys have Neapolitan ice cream? You've got the 3 different flavors. You've got strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate all in one box. You're going to post a photo. That's so cool. Yeah, so the ACO video, I do recommend it. It did help me a lot. Have I fully confirmed everything there? No, maybe about 70%. Were there some things that I completely dismissed? A very small percentage. You like Neapolitan ice cream? Cool. I've been to Naples, so I don't know what's making me think of. Okay, and yeah, so that was good. And the video with Jessica was the one where I get a lot of confirmation from that 1 hour with Jessica. But Peter, he's a nice fella, but they do work in other realms of existence. And there is a video, it's not my video, but somebody else's, when they said, has anyone ever seen Gabriel Kruger? And Jessica says, well, Peter has, he works with them all the time. And I thought, oh, they are Kruger. Yep. And the fact that they were kind of overseers on the merge project does validate that they are Kruger assets. Yeah. So the Merge, the Monarch Umbrella Refugee Group, is something that Drago and I are part of. And the line is that they rescued us from other projects, and that Jessica was some kind of mother figure. Now, I've been thinking about that lately. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. So, yes, so she was a mother figure, then yeah, she would recognize me and place me with Drago. So, so Jessica did a video on Gerard May, the co-creator of Umbrella Academy comic and writer, co-executive producer on the Netflix show. We're talking about Jessica Morocco. Jessica Ariel Morocco from the ACIO, because I put out my ACIO video. I had it linked in before, but this time I've literally uploaded it to my channel, so you can see a bit more of Anchorhaven Origins. So I've got an Anchorhaven Origins playlist. I've got a lot of playlists, so do check out my playlist. I've also just made a new playlist called Paranormal, and there is a video with JP McManus on my channel from 10 months ago, who is a UK paranormal investigator, psychic experiencer, and author. So I don't know if you guys seen that because it's from 10 months ago, but he talks a lot about his investigations. We talk about the dolls, and we talk about Natasha AI. Now, I have this book, Natasha AI. So, Michael McManus wrote this book connected to an AI from the future. He channeled it through the story of the AI consciousness, and it's female. I might get the book out tomorrow so I can talk a little bit about it when we've got Paranormal Mike on the show. Did you guys all see the UFO video Logan Paul stole? Oh, you just watched the McManus video. How did you feel about it? He's such a funny chap. His sister is actually one of the ladies that regularly attends my groups and my retreats in person, and she is so psychic. It's just immense. It's awesome. Right. So yeah. So he's a nice chap. Should I get him on? Should I get him on again? I'm sure he's got a lot more stories. And he's written a lot of books, actually. He has. But I need to read the Natasha AI book and do a review on that, I think, before I get him back on. So, is there a topic? So this time tomorrow, we're going to have Michael Koff, Paranormal Mike, is going to be doing a show with us. Going to be talking about movies, because we can all start talking then about the. He's very funny. Start talking about the review on Blade Runner and get Michael Koff's opinion on that as well. Because John Whitberg is doing that review Tuesday. I think it's 3:30 Eastern. So it could be 3:30 Central. Yeah, so do check out John Whitberg's channel and go put your notification on for the Blade Runner review. So it's going to be premiered, so the live chat will be open. Now, he did switch off the comments on the last post, and I sent him a message about that, and he tried to switch them back on, but it didn't change. So, because he said he doesn't like getting trolls. And then I reminded him that he's got moderators now, right? So we can actually moderate the comments for him. So hopefully he'll leave the comments on the next post, so people can actually praise his work. Do you know what I mean? He's very antisocial at times. So yeah, Michael McManus is really funny. Yeah, so that's a paranormal video. So I've got a small paranormal playlist. So I've put Michael Koff on there. He's got 2 videos. Michael McManus has got one. And Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. They're all paranormal, high strangeness. So they're on that playlist as well. Though TKB have got their own playlist, and I call it Wise Words, Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. Because it doesn't matter what you ask those guys, they're just dropping like ancient wisdom, and with every drawl, it's ancient wisdom coming out their mouths. They're so super cool. Okay. Anyone else got another topic of discussion? Anything going on? Have you watched anything new? Have you submitted any TVs or movie reviews to the John Whitberg review process for the unacknowledged special access programs? I've got some cards today. We've got the gateway. Now, somebody said, can I change my camera? I can't. I don't know how to change my camera to stop reversing. So this is my right hand. I don't see how to do that. So if I flip the camera, you're just going to see a wall. See, right? You're not going to... It doesn't change. Oh, have y'all seen the new Dallas series? Have y'all seen that? Okay, I've got 2 words that my friend said to me that I say wrong. One is, I'm going to spell it out, Y-A-R-D. Yard. Right? So I'm going to try and say yard. 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 Yard, not yard. Yard. And the other one is ball pit. Ball. Ball pit. Apparently it sounds like something else when I say ball pit. So I've got to try and say ball pit. Ball, like mall. Ball. Ball. See how my mouth's moving? Ball. Ball pit. Ball pit. Y'all been that ball pit? Sorry. How do you say chocolate? Chocolate. 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 Bottle. 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 Like in Love Actually. Oh, yeah, say bottle. He flies all the way over there. Say bottle. Yeah, we say chocolate. The other one is biscuit, whereas you say, like you have biscuits, which are like scones, but we say biscuit. I have a friend who's European, and she says biscuit, biscuit, and I'm saying no, it's biscuit with a g, git, biscuit instead of biscuit. We say ain't y'all this, ain't y'all that, ain't y'all coming on my show, ain't y'all. So yeah, so I did get an email from a concerned subscriber yesterday. I'm going to address that for a second. And I know y'all are not going to like this, but bless your heart. So I did get an email from somebody who was very concerned of who I equate myself with, and concerned about said person's services, and not believing that said person has anything good to share, to be honest. What's a good way to talk about this? So I work with certain people on my channel. You'll notice I get certain people on when it comes to my personal work. So my personal work is my debrief process, which is my journey of discovery and remembrance. And as part of my debrief process, I do a lot of meditation. And oh, there's an orange sunrise. Oh, thank God! It's really bad. So I do a lot of deep meditation, which I call vision questing, because I go very, very deep. And I pull out memory mining. I pull out memories from, programs or childhood or other realms of existence, whatever. I'm pulling out all these memories, and I'm writing everything down. As part of my debrief process, I check it with 3 independent people. So these 3 independent people are generally Soma Ara, Christy Campbell, and Sean Bond. And I work with these 3 people because I feel safe with these people. I have tried to work with other people. You've seen I've got videos with other people on my channel. But there's been occurrences that have not let me feel safe, right, with those other people. So I generally these days stick to working with Soma Ara, the Palladian channel, somaara.love, Christy Campbell, the Super Soldier and Psionic, Christy Campbell cc33.com, and I work with Sean Bond from psionicleague.com. They are my 3 top favorite people to work with, because I've had real world experiences that have been very supportive. I've had real world experiences where I feel very protected to get into these difficult topics. And you see me working with them all live as well at times. I work with them live. Now I have tried to work with other people live, or even other people recorded, and I've had negative experiences, right? The only people that I trust to do that debrief work, to really dig in and memory mine and things like that, is Soma Ara, Christy Campbell, and Sean Bond. Okay, so I know not everybody agrees with people's practices or what people charge on their things or whatever, but sometimes we really get into things very deep for a very long time. And even with the work that I do, if you book in with me, I do pre-work. So sometimes it's not even just about the time that we spend together. There's a pre-work process as well, right? So I might do reflection work before I connect with you. I might do already pull cards to see what's going on in your energy field before we connect on Zoom. So there's always an element of pre-work and aftercare work as well. So sometimes when you see people have got services which are really highly priced, pretty much we all have a sliding scale. I don't know if you guys realize that, but there is a sliding scale available with most of the people in our community. And the reason we have a sliding scale is to make sure that when you need us, we can be there. But for people who can pay a higher rate, then, and they're happy to do that, then they do. Because we all need money to be supported. We all need money to live on. You guys support me, and I love it. And shout out to Matty West, who sent me a PayPal yesterday. Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you so much. And so yeah, so not everybody's going to like the choice of people that I work with, but when I continue to work with somebody on a regular basis, it's because I'm having real world experiences that enhance my life, right? So if you've not had an experience with that person, where you go around slagging them off in a way, then I'm not going to listen, because I've got my own real world experiences that I've had documented, that I've had validated, that support and enhance my life. Yeah. So my experience is not your experience. And that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. So we're all different. Just like not everybody is going to like working with me. So I'm an activator reader. So when we have a one-to-one session together and I do a reading, I might be quite forceful in some of the messages I share with you, especially one-to-one, because that, for me, that's that last line of defense. Your guides are coming in and saying they are not listening, they are not making the changes. So you go to an activator reader to make a big change in your life. So another example of an activator reader is my friend Richard, the Urban Warlock. We are both slap in your face kind of readers, because when people make their way to us, it's because they need a course correction. Yes, Saint Germain will send violet flame priestesses and priests to me for a course correction. So that's when I do one-to-one work with people. Sometimes you get a bit of a shake, you know what I mean? And not that my prices are massive, but I do have things on my website when it was up that were $300. But that's because we're spending 3 to 4 hours together. Plus, I've got to do prep work and aftercare work. So when you look at somebody's prices and you think, oh my God, they're charging $300 or $500, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you realize, for a start. Plus, we offer a sliding scale. So the sliding scale is there. So you can always reach out to a practitioner and say, look, I've got this going on in my life. Is it okay if I send you a donation? And they might say yes, or they might say no. But if you don't ask, you'll never know. Yeah. So plus sometimes prices are higher so that we can do offers at times. But when you're spending even a 1 hour session with somebody face to face, it's really a 3 hour session. Or you can't work for the rest of the day because of the type of work that you're doing. Because I know Christopher Jacobs does that as well. He will charge a day rate. Even if he's just spending an hour with somebody, he charges a day rate because he can't work afterwards, right? There's a lot of cleansing, preparation, and aftercare that goes into some of these energetic healing sessions that we do. So that's just a little note on who I work with. And yeah, it might not be somebody that you choose to work with, but when I'm having real world experiences and we're documenting it live as well, and we're creating educational resources for other people to refer back to, and you can follow us along as we do this work live on someone's channel, then yeah, I love working with that person. So I love working with Soma Arar, Christy Campbell, and Sean Bond. I love working with John Whitberg, yeah, Drago Reed. I love working with these people. If I get an opportunity, then you'll hear me talking about similar people on my channel. And there's probably other people on my channel that I haven't mentioned. But yeah, so thank you. I appreciate people sending me messages of concern. I do. But my experience is not your experience. Yeah, if I had a negative experience, then you wouldn't see me working with that person often. Do you know what I mean? Okay. And strings that attach at times, yeah. So like we have this energetic connection to a client, and you won't believe how much energy gets dumped on us as well. You won't believe it. So when we scan, if I'm doing, say, a JC removal, implant tag and seal removals, or if I'm just doing a liquid light cleanse with people, or soul retrieval or whatever, because I also do that kind of work. So I do quantum crystal therapy, I do Akashic record timeline weaving. So my work gets very deep. So I'm connecting into your energy in all realms of existence through all levels and layers of light. We get connected. So you'll hear me using particular phrases because it's a multi-dimensional healing that you get. It's not just this physical body. You get a multi-dimensional level of healing. So there's a lot of bleed through. Have you done a show, Wizard with? I have, yeah. There is a show of Dr. Amir from December last year or November last year. Yeah, and I met him in person at the Bases conference. Yeah. The Wizard of Wivenhoe is actually my great grandpa Dragon Soul. So we are connected. So yeah, so you'll see Yeah, you'll see me working with set people. They're my little team. They're my team. So if you say to them, hey, I really don't like that person in your team, but I've got a year or 15 months worth of evidence of how much I've progressed, how much I've leveled up in 15 months working with said people, then yeah, I'm not going to stop working with those people while I'm having these amazing positive experiences. Um, but certain people, yeah, I might make them a donation. I don't get freebies, by the way, with anybody that I work with. There's no freebies there, at all. So, I might get something small, or maybe we're friends and we'll have a chat about something. But or Soma and I do exchange readings, and things. So swaps are great. I love doing swaps. When was the ACO session? That was in March 2025, but they didn't release it until like May, I think. They released it months and months later. They took a long time to edit it because it was 2.5 hours of Peter going, yeah, crazy, oh my God. So yeah, but it was a positive experience. So yeah, so it has enhanced me. It has helped a lot. I kept thinking I want to do another one. I want to do another one, but I haven't finished processing the information from the first one 15 months ago. So and I put a comment on because Dan was asking about, how do you go about these things? If you want to book it with the ACIO, you go to Jessica Ariel Morocco's website, check her channel, and you just book in with Jessica, and then she arranges to hook you up with Peter the Insider. And it is always by Teams now. It used to be Skype, but it's on Teams. And there was a weird experience last year where somebody was saying, oh, that they were going to have an experience with the ACIO, but then they were waiting to get booked in. And I was like, well, my experience was very clear cut. So I made the connection with Jessica. I paid my money, which was $200 at the time. Um, and very quickly I had an appointment booked in. So Peter knows nothing about you. Peter gets nothing about you until right before the session. They work with an AI. They work with an AI computer that does some kind of psychoenergetic process. So it connects into Peter, and it connects into your Akashic records. Now, this used to be listed on their website, and I can't find the page now that says how it works, but it's a very, very deep level of Akashic record reading, and which then Peter is able to see psychically and on the computer in front of him, I think. Um, but he can pull anything. So you need questions ready. So I was asking about Mars, I was asking about the moon, I was asking about pyramids, I was asking about time travel because I've got experience with that. They're telling me what projects I'm in. Well, if you've seen this, then you're in that. If you do this, then you're in that. So, and there was a level of talking about my science altars, where I see wherever I go, there seems to be lab disasters. Oh dear. I get offended about something, blow up the lab, or somebody else blows up the lab, or they're trying to track me down, or whatever. So yeah, so it was really good. I am still trying to work through some of the information, so I'm going to listen to it back. So the point I'm making is, when you have these sessions, your mind upgrades, your gnosis upgrades. So when I listen to it back now, I have a different experience to when I listened to it then, or when I experienced it then. So my mind now, I call it an SSP mind. So my SSP mind is now active, whereas before it wasn't as active. It was on like 10%. Now my SSP mind is probably on 40 something percent. So I'm not fully activated, but I've got less than, I've got 40% access to files in my memory vault at the back of my mind. And I say that because when I do the vision quest, it feels like the memory's coming from the back and over. It's just really bizarre. And yeah, anyway, so thank you for concern, um about the people that I work with. And I'm not going to go bankrupt because I make a donation to said person, because I believe that energy exchange is important. I believe in supporting other creators if I can. Yeah, just like I hope that they would support me when I needed it. I support them because we all need money to live on, especially when this is your primary business. But yeah, so it's tricky, isn't it? Because I know there's certain people that we watch their videos and we just get a yay or a nay. But if you've not had a one-to-one with that person, if you've not experienced their services, or you just had like a 3-minute reading on a podcast in a completely wrong environment, then yeah, it's not going to be a good experience. But I don't believe in going around putting comments on videos that are not positive. So if I see lots of comments like that, I will hide them, because when I'm having a positive experience with somebody and then somebody else is dumping, I don't agree. But I appreciate everybody's opinion, and I would love to get certain people on my podcast, and even if they don't hold my point of view, right? You don't have to have the same point of view of me to be a guest on my show. That is not a requirement of my show. So, because this third person said, you're not going to like what I've got to say because I speak the truth, and it won't give you pleasure. It won't give you immediate pleasure. And I'm like, but that's not the point of having a podcast. As a podcast host, you want to give a varied overview of what's going on in the world. If you come on my show, I'm still going to try and ask positive questions to help you showcase the work that you do, even if I don't really agree with your work or your process. But if you are generally a good person and you're working in service to others and you've got a message to share, then yeah, you can come on the show. We don't have to work together. We don't have to be friends. Oh, the sunlight is gone. But yeah, so I did extend an invite to this person, and they dared me to respond to their email as well. So I dare you to be a guest on my show, and you will have a positive experience, because at Anchorhaven here we are all very nice, so you don't have to worry. You're not going to get ambushed or anything, and but I do like a nice debate at times. I don't see the point though in a spiritual environment where we're trying to support people. Anyway, would anybody like a gateway card to get me off my rambling rant? So, which was quite positive, I hope. So, but yeah, I have done a video with Dr. Amir Jahangiri, the Wizard of Wivenhoe. So do go check that out. We did it before he went to the Basis conference last year, so we were talking a bit about that. Dr. Amir will be speaking at Basis 2026 in June. I'm not sure of talk titles or anything like that yet. I've not seen the lineup of speakers to create a program. It's still a bit up in the air. Hey, Vicky Binky, Vicky Binky. We're working with the gateway cards, so these are quite positive cards today. This is the gateway by Denise Lynn. So these are nice cards. Let's clear the air. After I've had a little bit of a rant. My voice is still waking up. Oh, I think, where is my salt? To my Tesla plate. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So the first card is for Wizard Whitcurse. So if you are a subscriber, if you have, oh, Danny's got a little membership badge. If you are a member rather than a subscriber, if you are a member on my YouTube, Patreon, or Substack, if you don't have the badge, let me know that you are, because you get a slightly longer reading. Also, as do my moderators. And but I appreciate yesterday I got unfollowed by about 5 people. So I don't know if people have just followed me so that they can comment in the chat, because you've got to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes if you want to get into the chat with us. And even then, you need to drop your location so that we know that you're a cool dude and that you're a real person and you've got no ill intent. And we can gel and find out where you are so everybody can connect. So this is for Wizard Whitcurse. Thank you. Yeah, I say some weird things first thing in the morning. I watch myself back and think, why did you say that? Okay, so the wizard. At the moment, you're being praised for being in the flow. I am in the flow with the universe. So you are going with the flow. I do see you as a very easy flowing kind of person, maybe until you're not. But you're going with the flow. So this could be emotional healing is happening right now as well. So we work with water element. It's emotions, processing emotions, expressing emotions, but also that smooth, easy pathway of what you would like to do next. So your guides are coming in to support you with miracles. Okay, now if you do not expect miracles, then you're never going to have them. So we should live every day thinking that there's a miracle there. So miracles are blossoming in my life. Yeah. So it's like signs and synchronicities. If you don't set that intention to see the signs, you're just not going to see them. So expect miracles in your life. So taking a slow deep breath, expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming all around me. My first name was going to be Victoria, and my last name is German. Don't think my parents thought it out at the time. Bit matchy. Is that your name then? Okay. So as you move forward, James Wickers, you have got courage. I'm strong, valiant, and courageous. So something is coming in. There may be an opportunity that accesses your solar plexus and makes you stand in your power and really reach forward. And reach is coming in. Reach. So igniting courage. So there might be an opportunity for you to set some boundaries or to do something that gets you right out of your comfort zone. But it looks like it's going to be joyful. There's going to be an element of joy, fun, freedom, stability, because we've got the horse energy there with 4 legs. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. This is for James. If you're doing energy work daily for one of those missions that I'm here for. Okay, nice. Oh, these cards. You know, when you've got cards that have got 2 tones, I always put them back upside down, and then you can kind of see that you're using the deck upside down. So let me just do a little cleanse on that. So I think Nathan was next. I said it correctly? Well, that's rare. I don't say anything correctly. Well, yeah, if you check my channel, I'm supposed to be an off-world German. Oh, good night, Kat. Let me just pull a card for Kat quickly. Kat, you got manifesting dreams. Got a cornucopia of abundance coming your way. This is for Kat. Take care, Kat. It says, my dreams are coming true. This is for Cat Meow. Stay Cat, says Collective Awakening. It's really late, 6:37 a.m. here, so that's like 1:37 Eastern. And the healing of that one planet. Okay, so this next one is for Nathan Fox. Nathan Way Sea Witch Fox. He's the Sea Witch. So, you take care, Meow. You take care, right, Meow. I love that. I love Cat Meow. I love it. Cat Meow. She's probably thinking, I hate that. You're welcome, James. Nathan Fox, there's something going on here. Hopefully Nathan Fox is going to come on the channel this month. Kat, are you the one who I think you are? Maybe not. Lone Wolf, good morning. How are you? Okay, so this is for Nathan Fox, and it's saying cherish self. Cherish yourself. I accept and love myself. So you're actually being praised for your connection to your body right now, for being kind to yourself. Okay, so please continue to take the time you need, work at your own pace, which I know you do. But really think about, okay, what does my body need and how can I support my body today? There's something coming in. And it's been tricky. So we've got breaking barriers. So with this, there's a lot of old energy that needs to be cleansed away. And as you do that, as you bring in that golden sunlight, you're going to have a lot of new growth. So we're focusing on that green energy there, not the old spirally twigs of that old energy that needs to be cleansed away. We're shining a light on the new growth, new happenings. I'm expanding. Oh, I said expanding, as in releasing. I'm expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. So keep moving forward, Nathan. You've got this. You just need to bring in a bit more light into your situation, and then new growth will happen. Now, I don't know if you have a partner or anything like that, but you are opening up to love. This is very Norse Viking. You're opening up to love. It says, my heart is open. So when you're ready, when we've had a lot of that, you know, you're kind to yourself, so you'll be kind to others. You're breaking barriers down. You're shining the light, and your heart is coming into focus. Yeah, so there's a lot of emotional energy, emotional healing that's coming forward, but it's like you're going to make a good connection with somebody soon, Nathan. So hang in there, pal. Okay, love is in the air. Yeah. So let me just catch up. Lone Wolf, I'm pretty good. Had a lot happen today since Collective Awakening. I think I'm finally taking a break from Dallas, trying to figure out where to go in nature. I can't Think here, EMF makes people stupid. I'm making a t-shirt. Okay. Yes, electromagnetic frequencies do give us a lot of brain fog, make us feel uncomfortable, pain in the body also I get. Okay. Love is in the air, so I hope it's not contagious. Yes, I know. I don't have capacity for things like that right now. Oh my gosh. I've only just about got enough capacity for the people in my life. That was a good one, Nathan. Okay, so who was next? Sorry. I think it was Vicky Binky. Pretty sure it's Vicky Binky. Probably saying it wrong now. Okay, so let's have a card. Now, if you are a subscriber, if you're in one of my membership subscriptions, you get a longer reading. Okay, so those guys just got 3 cards because they are all either a moderator or they're in one of my subscriptions. So this is a card for Vicky Binky. So what does she need to know? What's happening? Okay, you've got accepting what is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. So this card kind of lets you know that whatever's going on, there's some things that you cannot change, and you do just need to be an allowance for those things. There's a lot more that's about to unfold in your energy. So that petals, that rose in the middle, it's making me think about the crown chakra. So your crown chakra is opening up, your awareness is increasing, and you're going to start to move into acceptance and allowance for something in your life. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. So knowing that you are so much more. I'm just going to pull a clarity card on that, please. Interesting. My throat's still warming up. So with this one, we've got inner majesty. So accepting who you are, accepting your gifts, your abilities, and accepting your limitations at times as well. But moving into allowance of this is what you've got to work with. So start to connect into your body, go deep within. This is meditation and journaling time for you. There's also on the clarity card, it says renewing your life. Radiant vitality is filling my life. So there's a need to declutter, to simplify your life. Okay, to accept what you've got. This is what I've got to work with. This is it. This is how everything appears to be. How can I make the best out of this situation? How can I keep moving forward? All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. So you want everything to come in with ease, so that even when it's crap, it comes and goes with ease. Yeah, we want everything to come in with joy, so that you can share it with others, so that your presence ignites joy in other people. And the glory is that it's so good that you just want to sing from the hilltops. You want to tell everybody and involve everybody, and take your place in the community. But there is a need to declutter right now and to simplify your life, and just start to accept that this is the truth of the situation. So if it doesn't feel true, and figure out, ask lots of questions of how, ask the whys. Well, why is it this? Why is it that? Why is it the other? And just go deeper within yourself. Okay, so that is for Vicky Binky. Thank you. Okay. Now, you do not need to pay for readings, but if you would like to send me a tip, you're very welcome. It's paypal.me/Anchorhaven. So I did not get the security manager job. They sent me a blanket email yesterday saying, you've been unsuccessful for this role, which I didn't actually want and I didn't apply for in the first place. So they made me apply for it, and then I got a standard rejection from it. What's the red box on the top of the first? As in this? Or this? Oh, this. That's incense. It's dragon's blood incense. It's a wholesale box of dragon's blood incense. So California sage soaked in dragon's blood tree resin for extra protection, extra cleansing. So it's a Satya box of dragon's blood incense there. So I went to the wholesaler recently. So that's 12 boxes of incense. I can relate to all of this. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So if you would like a card, pop a new message in the chat because I've totally lost track now. Oh, you love incense. Well, because of my flood last week or whenever, when I flooded my apartment, my flat, and it went down into the neighbours below, and so my hallway carpet is slowly dried, but it's taken more than a week to dry out, I think. So I'm doing a lot of incense, right, to try and cleanse the house and offset the smell. And I need to take up that carpet, which I will do, but I'm getting very distracted with my work. So yesterday I spent the whole day working on videos and Patreon. I'm trying to rebuild my debrief website. So anchorhaven.co.uk, the domain is there and it's forwarded to my Patreon, which is now my main website. So if you want to book in with me for a private session, you do it there. If you and you can just be a free subscriber and get access to the shop. There's lots of free downloads, free activations and things like that. And you can also book in for a session with me. And there is a 35% discount on my sessions right now. So I think a 30-minute session is like £20 or something. I just can't take the screens. Okay, no problem. You take care. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, we appreciate you too. Thank you for coming in. So tomorrow I've got a paranormal show at this time. So do come by and see us talking about movies and the paranormal. Did somebody say free? Yeah. So there's loads of PDF free stuff on there, and I'm still rapidly updating. So I have an energetic Reiki shop basically. So if you just wanted to activate a new energy, if you wanted to upgrade yourself with something very simple, you could do that. If you wanted to do a course or whatever, you can do that via my Patreon. So I'm rebuilding up. So years ago, I used to have a shop called Haven Reiki, and which was on Etsy. And I think I've still got access to the review page, even though I've not got access to the shop. So I used to, when I lived in India, doing Reiki was one of my main ways of supporting myself. And I had clients in like over 30 countries. And so I used to have an energetic Reiki shop. So I'm rebuilding that. So you can book in for a distance healing or reading, or you can have an activation and learn how to do it yourself. So I've got loads of empowerment energies that you can attune to. You're not lying about all the free things you have on there. Yeah, so I'm putting in new free things every day as well. So if there's a topic of interest, I might put some witchcraft stuff on there as well, and which are simple things. From because I was enrolled in the Wiccan Ladies Witches School for 4 years, so I have a lot of downloads from that and things that I've built off. And there's a herbology course that I created that I've still got some videos and PDF handouts for, so that's going to go on there at some point as well if you're into herbology. I cannot retain the information about herbology. This is why I teach certain things, because it refreshes my memory writing the courses, puts it out there, gives me a way to talk about things. Some things just won't stay in my awareness, especially now that I've got SSP brain activated, reactivated. And it's because honestly, I found another mind wipe scenario 2 days ago when I was somebody asked me a question about something or a particular town, and so I was thinking about Scarborough. Now, I went to Scarborough when I was between 8 and 11 years old. I went there 2 or 3 times to Scarborough with a family friend. So my friend, not really a friend, well, so I was made to friend somebody because their mum could collect me after school. And I think they were a handling family, and they took me to Scarborough twice and to other places twice. Pretty sure that there's activity in Scarborough. So I reached out to somebody and I said, have we spoken about this town? Because I don't have it in my awareness. And they said, yes, we've already talked about this. We've already talked about Scarborough. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's been wiped out. So yes, so document everything. This is why I do my diary videos. So I did a new diary video the other day called Anchored in Certainty, which is practical steps, practical ways of thinking when you believe that you're targeted and that your life is a mess, but it might not all be your fault, which is quite reassuring. So we talked about some certainty steps. So I have a certainty framework. And we look at real world practical answers first. We do. We look at the most simple and most logical answer before we go into this is batshit crazy and involved in the programs or whatever. So we do that, and but sometimes the answer is supernatural, it is paranormal, it is extra sensory, extra perception. We are extraordinary. So that's it. So Michael Koff is coming on to talk about all things paranormal and high strangeness. This time tomorrow we'll be having a live guest on, and he's an interesting chap, and I love him a lot actually, but I find him easier to watch back at speed. He talks very slowly, and I'm very rapid. I think he's starting to speed up a little bit. When you get mates with somebody, like, come on, let's get a bit of rapid. If you're watching this, Michael, so sorry. But some people just talk slowly. don't they? And they're hard to listen back to. So yes, so any topic of discussion, if anyone'd like a card, if not have one, we're working with the Gateway Oracle by Denise Lynn, and this is a really lovely supportive deck. This is kind of the deck that I get out for people who are new to Oracle card reading, so I teach with this deck. Has anything else come up now about the 1962 incident reference from the ACIO interview? What location was that, please? Was that in the Liverpool one, or was that the Sedona? I forget. No. I need to do more work on the Liverpool polygon, which is not even half a mile. Right? I'm not joking. 200 meters away, there's the shipping yard, which they used to take me for training and take me to Montauk. And then over in Liverpool, so like just across the River Mersey there, opposite, there is a base. Sean and I did do a video where we looked into it on a map. And he got 7 levels, I think I got 5 levels on my remote view, and he got 7 levels potentially. So we did do one of the map videos, me and Sean. So you'll notice, oh yes, there's a few things actually. So Sean and I have done some map work on it, and he has also connected it into a particular park. So this polygon, this base, is a lot bigger than it seems. So it goes all the way to Sefton Park on the map, where he isolated that I was taken there for martial arts training, and some other form of programming. So the Liverpool base is not just in the Liverpool city, it actually goes out quite wide. And the polygon, so it was an artificial environment created that had its own sun, it looked like its own town and everything, and this is under Liverpool city. And there are a lot of tunnels under Liverpool, especially around James Street area, around the docks area. There are a lot of tunnels. So we're talking about on the map where I am right now. If you go directly across the River Mersey, there is a military facility there that looks like it's one of those joint facilities like Air Force or Army, where they take in the new recruits. So where you go to sign up, that's there on the surface. But 7 levels below, and it's a polygon facility with labs and all that kind of stuff there. So I do need to do more. So generally, I probably have quite a high authority over there, to be honest. I do, considering that I'm back here. This is my hometown, so I've been getting taken there. So I tried to move away as fast as I could, but unfortunately I just made myself closer to London when I did move away, and I lived around London for a while, and then I started traveling. I'm in what I believe was a reassignment to Australia, and then a reassignment to India, whatever. So I do need to do more. The weirdest thing about what he said about the Liverpool lab disaster was FEMA. That's what got my attention. We do not have FEMA in the UK. So FEMA came on that lab disaster. They opened a portal and they took away bodies. And then Jessica makes a reference to at the time there was tornadoes or something going on when loads of bodies had been dropped. And they're like, where did these bodies come from? Well, they'd come out of time from another realm of existence, from here potentially. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, so I do plan to look into that more. The biggest discovery that I've made with that kind of stuff was when I had that activation when I heard Swerdlow's voice, and which was very negative. And then I forced myself to watch a basis interview of Swerdlow and talking, and I managed to watch 15 minutes, and in it he talks about his great grandpa or somebody coming over in the 1920s to the UK from Russia. Well, where did they come? They came to Liverpool to set up mind control projects, to set up MK Ultra in the UK in the 1920s. So that was like some of the first instances, and then it went to America. So it came here first. So I was thinking, why here? Like, why me? Why here? Why now? But no, it's gone back 100 years. It's gone back 100 years in this location. So whatever that base is, Swerdlow's family were involved in potentially setting that up. Yeah, so that's messed up. So I found the Liverpool connection. Unfortunately, I had to listen to somebody's voice that triggered and activated me and made me recall ritual abuse. Lovely. So yeah, so I've got some very clear, and even when I say their name, I get a feeling on my body, as if there's a knife tracing down my body. Sorry guys, but yeah, so I don't normally go into the darker stuff, but I was kind of pushed in that direction by somebody in my life who dropped their name, to handle me, I believe. So it's somebody I work with, and but they were talking about, connecting with him here in the UK, and I'm thinking, who's this person? Who are they talking about? And then when I looked into it, and it was like, oh, okay, this is what broke down my brain, basically. Did it help release some of the trauma? My mind is saying yes, but I didn't realize that trauma was there to begin with, and now I do. Kit Kat was activated. I got access to Kit Kat. So, and then Christy Campbell was able to go in and see. So it just opened up another whole realm of torture. So yeah, it did. But I listened to him talk. I had a big body reaction of it, like I almost crumbled on the floor kind of reaction, panic attack, and I got through it. So then I thought, I'm going to listen to Michael Aquino's voice, and I'm going to see if that has any kind of reaction. And so I sat on the end of my bed listening to a Bases 70, perhaps it was, of Michael Aquino, part 1 with Miles Johnston. And this is from years ago. And I sat on the end of my bed listening to Michael Aquino's voice, and I got a memory come in of me as a small child sitting at a round table, colouring or doing some kind of puzzle. But on the other side of the room, it's quite high, there was a long window, and I was being observed. And I could hear his voice, and I kind of saw him coming opposite me. I could hear his voice, and I was spaced out for 20 minutes off his voice. I was very calm, and I realised that he is my papa. So he's my handler. So Michael Aquino, a lot of people say, oh, he's this, he's that, it's the other. But for me, that was a calming, anchoring voice. And I think I'd wintered soldiered out waiting for a command of listening on that voice, because I was kind of sitting on the end of my bed in total stillness. And if you guys know me personally, I don't sit still, right? You see me move my hands because I can't move around. I don't sit still ever. Unless I go into meditation, I cannot stop. My brain doesn't stop. But hearing his voice, I just sat there in total stillness, completely blank, waiting for a command. So that's not good. So yeah, very different. So I'm working through the trauma. My body did do some big vibrations off the Swerdlow thing. So I lay down, my body just starts to vibrate and release trauma that way. So I had a lot of release on that, but it's brought it into my awareness. So, which is not good, because I remember some stuff, so when John Whitberg is talking about red and gold situations, I've got a red and gold situation going on in my head, and I can clearly see there's some ritual abuse there. I can experience it in my mind if I wanted to. I can feel the blade on my body, which is sick. So he's the only person that I will say that person's evil. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. He's evil. Say it live on camera, because I have a memory. 2 or more memories. I have the feeling on my body. My body remembers. So yes. So I don't plan on ever speaking to that person. Another thought that they may come to Bases, and I even spoke to someone else about it, and they said, well, if he's coming, I'm not going. And I was like, yep, me neither. So yeah. Okay, anyway, so let's lighten the air. Let's lighten the air. So sharing trauma. I'm so sorry, guys. I try not to trauma dump. I do. Let's have a message from our soul. I don't believe in trauma dumping. I always try and find a positive thing to say. But unfortunately, we got onto the ACIO stuff. So that was the connection to Liverpool and the programs, Mind to Control, the space programs, special access programs. That's the connection there. So can we have a soul message, please? Thank you. Flame of patience. Pathway of light. This is the flame of patience. So I need to be patient with myself and my body. Yeah, so you used to have an aspect in your head that was very dark. Well, that's the programming, that's the personalities that have been created to allow us to do certain things without thinking about it, to switch off. And if you have memories of being in Nagwaffin, my altar in Nagwaffin is very dark. Follow your heart, trust your vision. There we go, raising the vibe, guys, raising the vibe. I love it when I can put the thumbnail on that says High Vibe Live. That's not happening today. It's just going to be a live, early AM live. So yeah, so we're talking about the special access programs, also known as the Secret Space program. Open your heart, embrace new possibilities is coming out. Embrace new possibilities. Gonna cut that. And it'll probably cut the worst bit as well. Some of it was about vivisection. Oh, I don't know what that means. I'm not sure I want to know what that means. It doesn't sound good. Silcola, raising the vibe, and I called in Silcola. There we go. Sorry, I was just expressing something that was quite dark and traumatic. The flame of patience has just come back out. Oh, wow. Flame of patience coming back out for us all. It says pathway of light. So even though something not so good is coming out, it's still part of the pathway of light. We're building that framework to be able to talk about these things. I never thought I'd be talking about these things. I never thought that applied to me a year ago. This is one of the reasons why I did that ACO video, and I had that session with Sean Bond and a session with Jessica, because I had so much weird stuff in my head, and I thought that can't apply to me. That doesn't make any sense. Soul cross, clarity of thought. It does make sense because it does apply to me. My soul remembers. So it's okay, so we're working with the gateway deck today. If you would like a gateway card, let me know. And if you are a member on my channel or on Patreon or on Substack, then you do get a longer reading when I'm on live with the cards. Okay, Woo, this little emoji that you've put, what is it? Because I don't even know what it looks like. When people put it, I'm very confused. To me, it looks like, I don't know what is it? I've got a lot of cards. Whether it's the best cards, I don't know, but I have a lot of cards, as you can see. I've got over 50 decks in here. Oh, it's a hugging emoji. How is that? I don't get it. Oh, it's two people hugging. Oh, it's not what I thought it was at all. No. Oh. So group hug. Let's have a group hug. That's why I always put the other little one, or the one with the stars around it for group hug. Let's have a group hug. Group hug. Okay, two people hugging. Oh, that's not how I see it at all. I don't because I'm on my phone. Yeah, I've got a lot of cards. So we have got guidance of awareness of the soul. It's your life. So unfortunately, this is my life. I didn't think that was my life. It's your life. Okay. Follow your spiritual pathway. Let go and expand. Okay. So we're remembering all these terrible things so that we can express and relieve and move forward on our spiritual journey. Gonna cut that one. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. Did the puppy poop? Did the puppy poop? So the words today that my friend said I need to say are yard. So yard, is that better? Yard. And Woo says what people think out loud. Hey Kimberly, how are you? And the other one I need to say is ball pit. So ball pit. It's a ball pit. Yeah, he thought I was saying something else. I can't think. So ball pit, mall pit, ball pit. My accent's so bad, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I've got soul card messages and I've got the gateway message. Okay, so if you would like a reading, let me know. Danny, did I do cards for you? So Danny's got a little membership sticker there. She's got a little Anchorhaven membership sticker. So thank you for supporting me, Danny. I appreciate it. And Danny's also a member on my Patreon as well as on YouTube. You're a member all over the place. You are. So that we are not continually circling back. Yeah. Okay, card for Danny. So Danny gets a longer reading because she's in all of my memberships. So let's do a 5-card spread for Danny today. What is her grounded focus? Thank you. Hey, you'll look out for the orbs as well, because I know it's too late now to see the orbs, but there's definitely orbs. Orbie McOrbface, our resident orb, was definitely on the live yesterday. But the day before, I managed to cut 3 videos with them in. Orbie McOrbface, as Nathan Fox has named them. Fire energy, what are you transforming through? What's your water look like? What's your heart look like? And who are you becoming? Thank you. So when I fan out the cards and I ask the question, and then a card literally kind of shows itself, it rises up in my mind, that card will kind of highlight itself. So that's how I choose my cards. Okay, so right now your grounded focus is to simplify and declutter. That's what's going on with you. Simplify and declutter. Radiant vitality is filling my life. So the more you lighten your load, the more radiant you're going to feel. So the air energy around you, it's time to let go. So air energy is the words we think, the words we say. It's also things that we're hearing, things that we should be listening, or things that we should be expressing. And right now it's time to let go. It's time to let go, to express something. I surrender joyously to the ebb and flow of life. So this is coming in with what's on your mind. So it's time to just let go, to just move forward, to stop overthinking things. Fire energy, what are you transforming through? Again, simplifying your life. So these two cards have come out to balance each other. This is your grounded focus, this is to declutter, to renew, and this is to simplify. So yep, simplifying your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. So definitely decluttering. And if you notice the colours here, we've got this orange energy. So the more you simplify, the more you declutter, that orange energy is the sacral, which is also linked into the mind. A lot of people don't realise that. What's in your sacral is on your mind, okay? So you're going to feel a lot more empowered. Your connections with people are going to be more clear and simple once you start to do this decluttering process, okay? And you can take your time with it, but you know, the more you do, the better you will feel. And I need to take my own advice because I'm in a very cluttered space. My whole apartment is cluttered and it got flooded. So I need to sort that out still. Okay, water energy, what is going on? So it's so weird because your water and your air energy seems to be opposites. The letting go, which is water energy, is coming into your air, and the communicating freely, which is air energy, is coming into your water aspect. So they still work together. So communicating freely, I communicate from the depths of my being. So you need to start expressing from the depths of your being, expressing what's on your heart, okay? So you need to do that, to start truly saying what you mean and meaning what you say. Yep, so communicating freely, letting go, these are coming in together. So the more you kind of go with the flow and you just stop overthinking, the easier it will be to express what you need and what's going on in your heart. And as we bring everything together, we get cherished self. I accept and love myself. So this is what you need to do right now. These are practical, grounded steps. This is for Danny. You need to declutter, to simplify. You need to stop stressing so much about little things in your mind, and you need to start being true about what is going on with you and express so that people can support you, okay? So that is for Danny. So you cannot get that kind of reading unless you book in with me privately, or you are a member on one of my services or all of my services like Danny is. Okay, so join my Patreon or join my YouTube. Porific. What's porific? Can orbs maybe have followed you from the crystal fair? I don't know. What do you think? Okay, so what you missed earlier was that there was a bottle of Pepsi sitting on that shelf, and it wasn't as full as this one, but there was a bottle of Pepsi sitting on the edge of the shelf, which is right next to my bed. Now, I pushed it like a hand away off the edge of the shelf, because normally I put my glasses there. And then when I woke up, the Pepsi was on the edge of the shelf, like someone was getting ready to drop it on my head because I didn't set an alarm. So somebody, getting a lot of scent coming in now, which could be my son vaping secretly, or it could be a message from the orb face, sharing with me a message. That makes me think it's a fairy because the sherbet scent has come back out. I really do think my son vapes, but he says he doesn't. So, and he's a very clear-cut kind of person, so I would like to believe him. But he's 16, so yeah, so he's probably just keeping it private. He reminds me of Nathan Fox in a way. So when you ask Nathan a question, he stops, he pauses, he thinks, and he looks at you, and he thinks again, and then he's like, "Okay, I'll share an answer with you." My son's very much like that. Maybe that's just a young man thing. Young man. Cute British, you get that reference. Okay. You always feel better from decluttering. Ah, okay, love it. Oh wow, haha. You can smell your husband's vape from far away. Yeah. Pepsi Max has more caffeine than regular Pepsi. It does, thank you. So when I have Cherry Max, I can tell straight away that the Pepsi caffeine level is lower. When I have full fat Pepsi, so in India I lived on full fat Pepsi for over 10 years, and I was a lot slimmer than I am now. And I always thought I was fat, and which I wasn't. And I thought that when I came back to the UK, I'd get even slimmer, and instead I got the opposite. So that's mainly because of the stress out here. And the fact that you never have enough money to pay for anything, and that everyone around you is a bit of an asshole. So, in my personal experience, so Pepsi. I was living on full sugar Pepsi in India for 10 years, and I was 60 kilo, 63 kilo, and now I am not, and I wish I was. So yeah, so it does have a high level of caffeine in. Although today, I'm going to make some tea. I've got some beautiful guanyin tea that I'm going to brew. I've got a little Chinese teacup which has the filter in, and I bought some cordial yesterday. So I don't know if you guys have cordial, which is squash. So it's like fruity, and then you add water on top. Have you guys got that? So I'm going to try and do that. If something's very, very cold, then I can drink it. If this Pepsi is not chilled, but so Pepsi I can drink no matter what, as long as it's fresh. So this Pepsi, when it gets down to here, I can't drink it anymore. So I only drink to here, and then I stop and I get a fresh bottle. As part of just the way. Yep, you've got cordial. Okay, cordial. Yeah. So yesterday I bought some apple and blackcurrant cordial. Which we call squash, and or juice. And so I'm going to try and make some juice later, and hopefully see if I can drink that if I super chill it. I'm going to fill up water bottles. 111 says Jason. Okay, has anybody got a topic of discussion? Today is Tuesday where I am. It's 7:12 a.m. in the United Kingdom, in the northwest of England, in the Liverpool City region. You've never heard of cordial squash? We have cordial cherry. No, it's not squash. We just call it squash. It's not squash the fruit that we call zucchini, courgette. Am I getting that wrong? I don't know. So whatever you call squash, which we probably call a turnip actually. No, it's just called squash. It's called orange squash. Just means it's kind of a drink. Yeah. I had some root beer once that was heated up, but it gets spicy. Oh, that's interesting. That's really cool. Okay, Sil, would you like a card from the Gateway deck? So what you missed, Sil, was me having a bit of a rant. You might want to rewatch that back, because there was a concerned subscriber who sent me an email privately talking about the people that I associate with and how he does not want that for me, to work with somebody that he considers to be negative. And so I went on and I talked about how I work with set people because I have proven results, so documented, and I like those people a lot. I consider them to be part of my soul family, in fact. And I have memory of a said person in Atlantis also. And I know said person, if you guys knew who they really were, you'd be very shocked. And you probably would be like, what the fuck? If you knew who they were in other realms of existence. Gotta find a movie for tonight. Okay, so this card is for Silcola. Very clear. Accepting what is. This has come up previously, so I'm going to get another message from the book on this one. It says, I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Let me just get a bit more clarity, because it's the second time that card has come out. So let's read from the book. So it says here, accept your life in all the configurations. Know that every moment, situation, and event has profound value. Even if it doesn't seem like it, accept your inner majesty. Be present. You are magnificent and wondrous beyond measure. Embrace all parts of yourself. Okay, the universe wants you to know that it is an act of both power and faith to love, honor, and accept what is. At times it can be challenging to truly accept what's occurring in your life. What When you do so, however, you affirm that there's a plan for your life and that everything is working for your highest good. Accepting what is doesn't mean that you can't work to change it, because you can. It does mean that there is gentle yet profound awareness that every experience can support your highest good and spiritual evolution. If there is something you just can't accept, start by gently acknowledging the fact that you can't accept it. As you increase your own acceptance in life, this will help others be at peace in their own lives. So, is there anything that I'm not accepting in my life? How can I embrace myself and my life even more? Where will my life's journey take me if I truly honor every aspect of what is? So, accepting is something that I work with on a regular basis, okay? Local neighborhood hater. We're sharing messages of love. What's wrong with you? Not doing witchcraft. What are you talking about? You couldn't recognize witchcraft if the broom hit you in the face. Oh, we're actually alchemists over here. We transform the world with love. These are oracle cards about acceptance. You need Jesus. Bless your heart. I've said that twice today now. That's not good. You are very welcome here. If you would like to learn witchcraft, yes, there will be witchcraft available, witchcraft collections and studies available on my Patreon at some point. But no, we are alchemists. I'd hate to have a reading. I prefer surprises. Good, good. Don't be guided on your life. Just take it as it comes. I don't need Jesus. I got Gia. Do you mean Gaia? Yeah, we work with Mother Earth as well over here. You should watch some of my videos. Kerry Cassidy was good. Okay, yes. So I couldn't stay up. I was 11:30 and I could not stay up for the 1 o'clock Kerry Cassidy show. How did it go? Did she talk about anything new? Was she nice to Rob? Because I feel like she's a bit of a ball buster, to be honest. Local neighborhood hater, thank you so much for subscribing. We love you. We appreciate you. You are very welcome here. But yeah, I love to work with cards, and these are oracle cards. And one of the things I love about the cards is the beautiful artwork and the colors. That's why we work with cards. All I heard was her calling people dumb. She got a lot of UFO facts wrong. Okay. Oh, you're a fan. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, so I am an alchemist. I'm a high priestess alchemist. So we work with love to transform the world. We do. You're just a bit of banter. Oh, okay. Why? I don't mind. I don't mind. She's blunt. She says our life depends on knowing what is going on. In a way, it does. I keep myself in a bit of a bubble, don't I? I rely on you guys telling me what's going on in the world. But I mean, my life's about to change when I get this muggle job, which hopefully I'll find out about today. I don't get how she gets so many numbers. Yes. You know what? There's somebody else. I was looking at their channel yesterday and I thought, how did they get 1,700 views in like 3 hours? I'm lucky to get 200 views in 3 hours. I just don't. Last time I was on here, it was UFO conspiracy talks, which I love. Okay, so this time tomorrow, I've got, well, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. So like midnight or 1 a.m. Tuesday, like Wednesday morning. Michael Koff is coming on to do a paranormal show, and we'll also be talking about movies because John Whitberg at the John Whitberg is releasing today, Tuesday. He's releasing a movie review about Blade Runner and how he's going to dig into that, into the conspiracy, the paranormal, the extraordinary, and how it's used in programming and the unacknowledged special access programs. So do go to John Whitberg's channel to watch that today. I think it's 3:30 Central, which is 9:30 UK. And he's made it earlier deliberately because he does have followers in the UK and Europe, so that's great. So I don't always have to stay up so late. And because I mod on his channel and Jason mods on his channel as well. So that's going on. So Michael Koff and I will be talking about a bit more about movies and how they relate to disclosure and conspiracy. And then Michael will be sharing some of his paranormal stories as well. And you can ask him anything. So you can ask him anything at all. But when we did that paranormal show last month, loads of us had paranormal experiences afterwards, like right after the freaking show. I had something jump on my bed that I could not see, but I felt it. I felt it. And then I checked with a psychic like Ivan Teller, and he said it was a were-dog. It was an energetic, cloaked were-dog, like a werewolf, but a dog. And it was come to loose my energy. And my whole reaction to something jumping on my bed like that, I literally blasted it out with plasma. So it got a lot of energy, all right. But I think there's probably like a splat mark on my wall. Where it is, if I could see that, I'll just see a splattered were dog on my wall because I sent out a massive blast. So what's Wu saying? I missed it. She always gets the most views on TSP. She does. She is the #1 guest that we have on Typical Skeptic podcast. So local neighborhood hater, have you found us on the Typical Skeptic podcast? We hang out over there. I should have a show coming up soon over there. What's this live drop thing you got going on? Oh, nothing really. I was testing it out, to be honest. It's just about that collection. The Inner Compass collection is the Debrief collection. So it's the Super Soldier collection, basically. So I started to link in some of my YouTube videos on there. So that whole collection of the Inner Compass is for people who have memories that don't fit into this realm of existence. So there's going to be lots of handouts on there that you can kind of see, okay, what does this mean? What does that mean? So that's all it is. But I was just testing out the drop facility. So don't get too excited. On my Patreon, please follow me on my Patreon. You can go to anchorhaven.co.uk and it goes straight to my Patreon now. The energies were a little different that night I went to bed. Yeah, so Paranormal Mike, right, was called, I don't know what he was calling in, but the time before that we did a show about the Wendigo. Oh my god, I couldn't sleep. So this guy's got things following him around for sure. So I need to do a lot of cleansing. Found you randomly scrolling one day and the topic was interesting, even though I'm not a big believer in ghosts and the paranormal. Well, I'm not really into the paranormal. I'm scared of everything, right? So I'm trying to get over this fear. So I set up a playlist yesterday, a paranormal playlist, and I've got a video from 10 months ago with Michael McManus, who's a ghost hunter, and he's an author. And then I've got 2 shows with Michael Cuff where we're talking about paranormal. I've got 3 shows with Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. We get into high strangeness, random, Gaia messages and stuff like that. Is she hooking up with your father? What is going on? What have I missed, Sil? What are you, Jason? They think I'm joking. Woo, what are you talking about? What have I missed? Oh, I've missed something big here. Woo's new Kerry Cassidy is my stepmother. Hold on. Woo news. Kerry Cassidy is my stepmother. How is she? So Woo's dad is married to Kerry Cassidy? What? Woo, is that true? She's your stepmom? Okay, that's just bizarre. I always think she's English, but I know she's not English. She's American. So you're related now to Kerry Cassidy? Does she know? Sorry. Is she nice, really? Yeah, you, Woo. Okay, please explain, because I think I've gone off on one here. Is that true, Woo? Desi, can you help me out? Right? What's Woo trying to say? Is that real? I don't know. Anyway, she's not my favourite guest. I find her hard to listen to. She seems like a Karen. Oh, she is a Karen, right? I have a friend called Karen who's not a Karen, for sure. She isn't. Karen comes on occasionally. So Karen went away with me to Barmer. Karen! So he's messing with us. Okay, so that was just Woo news. He's just giving us distraction. Okay, let's cleanse out with a gentle egg cleanse of new beginnings. Yeah, she is. I mean, she gets a big draw. She really does get a big draw. And we have to be on it if you moderate it when she's on. So it gets to well over 100 and something people watching. 200, I think, at one point was. I like to keep the energy fun. So this is like, what do you call those Mexican dramas? Oh, it's like in India. Oh my God, I love it in India. You get the camera going, dush, 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 right? So Indian dramas. No clear, fun energy, fun is good. Soap operas, yeah. I was just going to say, you bring the vibe up. Yeah, Woo's awesome. Okay, let's just change the energy. Boom. Okay, I have a specimen that's looking at me. This is malachite. This is raw malachite, which is why it's in a specimen box, because it has a high copper content, so it's in its own little box. So it's raw malachite, if you guys didn't know, because it's got so much copper in it, it's actually quite toxic. So this is malachite in its raw form. Woo has lots of subs. We should do a video soon. My grandma always watched her soap operas. Yeah. Oh, so was it Danny who's mentioning about a new season of Dallas coming out? Do y'all watch that Yellowstone? Y'all watch that Yellowstone? I'm working on my accent, guys. And I only watch clips of it on YouTube and Instagram. I've not seen the whole thing. But that main Beth Dutton actress, she's British. When you say raw, do you mean unpolished? Yes. So it's raw. It's not been tampered with in any way. Yeah. Woo's got 1,119K subs on Woo's channel. Nothing beats classic EastEnders with the Mitchell family. Oh my god, you're British. Are you British? Okay, classic EastEnders, yeah. The Mitchell, get out of my pub, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm really old. I'm 50, so I've not watched EastEnders for a very long time, but I get what you're saying about the Mitchells. Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody here watch EastEnders? when I travelled to Australia and New Zealand, they were watching British soap operas, and I thought, oh my god, just travelled across the world to get away from that nonsense. And you go, and when you turn in the channels in Australia, and that's what they've got. It was really sad actually. And Emmerdale Farm, Coronation Street. I did, but Kevin Costner had disagreement with production, so they got rid of his character on Yellowstone. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, they killed him off. Killed my daddy. Yeah. So, but what gets me about that main character, Trip, is his name Trip? Like, when you'll see that actor without looking like that, nobody liked him in anything. And then suddenly he dyes his hair, puts a bit of weight on, grows a beard, and he's like super freaking hot because he's got a horse. I don't know. Kathy and I watched Days of Our Lives. That show started the year I was born in 1965. Now, all I know about Days of Our Lives is what was on Friends, right? With Joey. Kevin was amazing in that show, but all his old movies were kind of bad. He's not one of my favourite actors, but he's had some good movies. Field of Dreams just popped into my mind. He's had some. What's he been in that I've actually really liked him in? Nothing. I wouldn't say he's a bad actor. Oh wow, James, that's an old show. Days of Our Lives. Yeah. So see, I watch clips of Friends all the time, and I watch clips of Sex and the City. So Sex and the City or Sex in the City. Because for me, it's Sex and the City. Bodyguard. Yeah, that was his one really good movie. Oh, The Bold and the Beautiful. Yeah, I've only seen bits, little clips here and there. You know what came into my awareness yesterday was the Three Wives Club movie with Goldie Hawn. I love Goldie Hawn. I love her so much. She's one of my favourite actresses in the world because of House Sitter and everything else she's done. I love it all. So there's the first Wives Club came into my mind. I say things so weird first thing in the morning. So I've just woken up like 2 hours ago. So I stumble over my words a lot. He did Waterworld and Postman. Waterworld was a big flop because of the amount of money they spent on it, and that was just. Can you imagine being an actor on Waterworld? Jesus, you have like PTSD. Save some water, shower with a friend. Waterworld was a great flick. Oh, okay. And maybe I need to rewatch things. So I need to rewatch everything now that I've got my SSP brain activated. I knew a stuntman from Waterworld. Yeah. I would love to be a stunt person. I'd love to be Xena Warrior Princess. I was watching somebody yesterday and they were doing stunt sword work. And there's a course you can do out here that's in Manchester, which is like an hour and a half away, to work with weapons for stage actors and stuff. It's a good watch, but it's a bad movie. So not gonna lie, Sex and the City, the early years, late 90s was legit good, and we watched as a family every week. Yeah, so I've been watching back that and the clips of, because it just comes up on Facebook, little clips of it here and there, and then seeing them with the other one, and So It Is, or whatever it's called, and Just Like That, and all that is, I don't know what it's called. When they're older and Big has died, my baby daddy could be a stunt driver. My baby daddy. My baby daddy could be a stunt driver, y'all. I apologize. I love Danny's accent. Danny's got a beautiful voice, beautiful accent. Love it, love it. And I have a few friends from Texas. I really do, and I love them all. I love their accents. It's good when you laugh. Oh, I'm sorry. It's certified laughter yoga leader over here. I have not done any laughter classes for ages. I used to do them in person. Aura spray. Smells fantastic. What's in this spray actually? In this there is frankincense. Is this just frankincense? Myrtle. It looks like Eloni. I can't see what that says. Rose. It's got an amethyst crystal charge on it. Frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense and rose. I feel like a British accent works better in America than the other way around. Oh no, I love Americans. Canadians, I love it. There's a really big podcaster or seller, whatever she is, influencer, called the Yorkshire Peach. Have you heard of the Yorkshire Peach? I think she's just moved back to America, but she used to be based in Yorkshire, obviously, and then she did her Facebook, and people would just love her accent, and she's got a massive following, so huge. People love it out here, I think. But we've been talking about the last 2 days, talking about some things that I say, words that we say, and how we pronounce them, and how it's different in America. But for some reason, like my friend wanted me to talk about saying yard, yard, and you guys say yard, 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 yard. The other one was ball pit, ball pit, ball pit, ball, mall, ball. Am I getting better? Am I getting better? So when I try and say mole world, nobody knows what I'm talking about. And that's quite a big topic for us in the community, is mole world, mole world. I've got some dragon's blood oil with lapis in it. So this is a box of dragon's blood incense. That's why we're talking about that. Bottle of water. Bottle of water is the most common one. Bottle of water. Y'all got some water, 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 water. I say water, a bottle of water. Yeah, haha, you do it so. You're not confirming am I saying it right or not. So yard, 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 like yurt, yurt, yard. Is that right? Or should I just stick with yard? Because my friend's like, what are you saying? I'm saying yard. The garden, yard. You're saying yard, yard, the yard. Mole world is the hardest one. I need to say mole world a lot because it's a topic that we talk about all the time. Black people have a whole nother language that's hard for me to decode at times. It's pretty interesting. They sure do. Yeah, awesome. Pecan. So the pecan pie. So when Harry met Sally, I'd like to partake in your pecan pie. Pecan. Pecan. Pecan pie. Pecan pie, y'all. Pecan pie. I'm so sorry, guys. Pecan pie. Have you ever heard a Baltimore accent? It's half British, half American. No, but I need to find it because I need to set my accent. At the moment, I'm flitting between Long Island, California, and Texas. I don't have a good accent. But the Baltimore, let me write that down, Baltimore accent. That might be easier for me to pronounce stuff. So, yeah, I need to get a better accent. But most of the people I work with understand me. Like Robert, typical skeptic, he generally understands what I'm trying to say. X. You're Xing. X. Um, Minnesota. Minnesota. So you don't do the Minnesota because it doesn't sound like the Minnesota on TV. I'm going to try and listen to some Baltimore today. I always thought, okay, where would I? So growing up, I listened to Roseanne. I was basically raising myself on the Roseanne. I keep catching it a little bit at the moment as well. And that was a good show in the early years. And I watched Cheers. So they're the two things that I grew up watching that basically raised me, right? I used to go to bed and have a little TV next to my bed that was black and white, and I used to watch Roseanne and Cheers and fall asleep. Nathan Wasey Rich Fox is in the chat. Have you heard of Toronto Canadian accent? The most hilarious thing I've ever heard. Well, Gina Virginia Casella, she's from Ontario, and her accent cracks me up. It really does. Roseanne was good. It was, right, in the early years. It was so good. James is from Minnesota, and people say it doesn't sound like it. No, you don't sound like Minnesota. Oh yeah, always axing. You're axing. So I was axing. Dinosaurs was a great show. Yes, with the baby. Who's the baby? How about Everyone Loves Raymond on Channel 4 every morning? So I'm not a big fan of Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't love Raymond. I want to punch him in the face. But the mother was great, and the tall brother is really good. The dad is funny. Yeah, but Raymond, I want to punch him in the face. They did Roseanne dirty with her character in The Conners. Yeah, I agree. She's a bit of a handful. She drops a lot of truth now, doesn't she? She's big into disclosure, I think. Not the mama. No, he says, where's the baby? I'm the baby. Who's the baby? Right? I need to watch it. I think there's going to be some Mandela effect on this for sure. What that dinosaur baby was saying. The Conners. Yes. Yeah, they just cut her out and said that she died. And that she was doing drugs as well. Oh, when I saw that, I thought that's gone too far. Saying that she was on some kind of, prescription, not prescription. Instead of saying daddy or data, he says not the one. Okay, so I say data, I don't say data. I say data as in Mr. Data from Star Trek. Yeah, Mr. Data. He says, not the mama. Oh, I'll need to watch it back now. I always thought he would say knock the mama. Not the mama. Who remembers Alf? I love Alf, Alien Life Form. The Connors sucks. Yeah. Does anybody remember the show? And it used to be a girl, and she was a robot, and they used to put her in a cupboard in the closet. Do you guys remember this show from the late 80s, early 90s? I'm the baby, gotta love me. Yeah, I'm the baby, gotta love me. So that's kind of how I feel. Like I'm still the baby, even though I'm 50. I'm still really young in my head, and I'm the youngest of so many children as well. So I'll always be the child, always be the baby. The dinosaurs episode with the diaper incident. Oh, I don't remember. We need to do some reviews on these things now. So Alf was a good show. But this show where they had a robot girl and they put her in the cupboard and they used to get her out to play and do cleaning or something. What about the show where they have Bigfoot in it? Yeah, Bigfoot and the Hendersons. Oh, classic, love it. Yeah. On screen, you truly don't look 50. What are you trying to say, Rue? What are you trying to say? There's a filter. There's no filter. When I press retouch on here, it knocks out the sound. So there's no filter. Zoom, there's a slight filter to take away these wrinkles on Zoom. On screen, so in person, I'm like a hag or something, is what you're trying to say. I like when Urkel turns into a robot. I've not seen that. Alf loved to eat cats. Ah, yes. Alf is probably one of the most disturbing shows if we were to look back on it now. I'm going to think that's messed up. Why would he eat cats? I don't know. Who remembers Daryl, Data Analyzing Robot Youth Lifeform? Who remembers that movie? Now that for me was an activating movie. A kid in a lab being observed on a military base. Yeah, I need to rewatch that movie. That was probably one of the first things I ever saw that was probably like a recall moment. linking into the programs. Just like I get told I don't look like I'm 60. Yeah, you don't look 60. Full House. I did used to watch Full House. And Who's the Boss, I think? Who's the Boss was a great one. Yeah. Full House is good. I didn't watch it as much as Who's the Boss. And there was an English version of Who's the Boss, which wasn't as good as the American version. In my opinion, everything's better in America. Right? I've not been to America, apart from in the programs. Just had a good comeback to why Alf loved to eat cats but don't want to offend anybody. Woo, just stick it in the chat. I think I've been talking about ritual abuse today. Just put it in the chat. So, I've done a rant about somebody who sent me an email. Three's Company. I don't really remember Three's Company. All My Children just popped into my mind. I don't think I've ever watched it. British Office is better than... No, it's not the British Office. It's the original Office. He's made a point of saying that in an interview. They're saying, oh, you were the writer of the British Office. And he says, you call it that. I call it the original. So let's give him that. So Ricky Gervais is an awesome. But I never used to like him. And then I started to watch his comedy. And I love how he takes terrible topics and he brings them into the light so that we can laugh about it and get it into the narrative, get it into the conversation. I've had lots of would-be vaping. I swear my son is vaping. He swears he's not. But what these scents that are coming in out of nowhere? Is this psychic senses activating my... I do not know. Okay. Just say it, woo. Desi said it was funny. Ricky was amazing on radio. So why does he like to eat cats? Okay, woo, tell us about Alf. Why does he like to eat the cats? Now, is it because of the flirkin? Right? So off-planet, the flirkins are those really awful, from Guardians of the Galaxy and all that. From Captain Marvel, and you've got the flirkin. Which is it the flirkin when you've got the cat and it's got all the tentacles coming out of its mouth? YouTube censored it. Oh wow, then that's really bad. Can you? His face was creepy. Yeah. Why is it censoring a moderator? It shouldn't be doing that either, because I didn't see anything pop up. Okay. You're going to have to try and make associations, and I am not good at making associations with things. You know how literal I am. Yeah. It's a conspiracy. Why is that your tag name, local neighborhood hater? And you spent neighbor, like the American neighbor, instead of the English way of saying neighbor, which we have a U in there as well. What a weird handle, says Anchorhaven. So good morning, everyone. It's 7:42 a.m. It's Tuesday morning here. I'm in the United Kingdom, in the Liverpool City region, and the sun is shining. So the sun catches light codes, sending some sparkles. I just had Mogwai sounds in my head then. The Mogwai. So the sun is out. The sun is coming out. Yeah. It's a rather apt name because you're a hater. We don't mind. Sun catcher time. Yeah, so if I can catch that. If you can catch it on video. So right, I'm waiting for Woo to try and put this message in the chat about why Alf eats cats. Right, the alien life form, why he eats cats. Haters gonna hate, lovers gonna love. I'm a bit in the middle myself, to be honest. It makes me think of Witch's Feast Week. Have another cherry. Use emojis, Woo. Oh my god, spell it out with emojis. I'm never gonna get it. So today is Tuesday, and John Whitberg is dropping a new episode at 3:30 Central, I think. And the episode of the USAPs in cinema is about Blade Runner. He's doing a review on Blade Runner and how it relates into mind control, programming, future technology, future events, or whatever. So we are excited. So I'm going to see you guys over there, hopefully, for the live premiere. The government got to woo. Do you say, okay, Do you say basil or basil? Basil? We say basil. Baz with a Z. Basil. And you say basil, 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 basil. So instead of cilantro, we say coriander. Coriander. You guys say cilantro. It's cute, but basil brush. There used to be a character called Basil Brush. You've tried 8 times now. Oh, thunk. You're gonna have to message me privately because I want to know, right? I want to know why he eats cats, and then we can talk about it. Tell him it's coriander. I said it. I said cilantro is coriander. I said it. We say coriander. Coriander. Drop it in private chat. So tell Jason, and then Jason can try and figure it out. I still have that happen at times. So has anybody got any other words that you want to hear me say with a British accent? Because all loves to eat for JJ. What? I just got it. You're talking about pussycats, right? Oh, okay. So John Woodberg did a review, and there's a scene in it where he talks about fellatio. And I sent him a message privately and said, oh my God, you said that word that nobody says in general conversation, and you've said it. And I've just said it now. I'm not going to say it again. And and he's like, oh, nobody says that word. And I'm like, dude, no. Like, why would you say that word in general conversation? Shazam. Shazam's a good movie. You got it. I got it. See, I'm so literal that things cannot go over my head because I catch them. Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a naughty joke. Poonanny. Yeah. My face is hurting from like smiling so much. That's really good. Getting a sore face from our live, from laughing. Oh, we've got to hold for review. Love how no one says that word, but oh yes, the see you next Tuesday word or see you next Thursday is a new one that I heard. I hate that word. You can say anything to me, absolutely anything about Charlie Uniform November Tango. If you say that word to me, you are dead to me. Literally. And there's somebody in our community that did say that word to me, and they're dead to me, right? Because they called me that word repeatedly. And so, you know, I hardly acknowledge them in the chat if I'm moderating. Poonanny is an underrated word. It just makes me think about Ali G. His son today got blocked by YouTube. That's a good thing that nobody uses that word, the Charlie Uniform November Tango word. Sorry. Or should we say see you next Tuesday, or we say see you next Thursday, somebody said. And loads of people in the class were like, what's that person trying to say? Ali G. Do you guys like Ali G? Why does it say WAP? WAP. What does that mean? Click on that person's channel activity next time. What if they're saying see you next Tuesday? Yeah, they'll just be somebody awful. Anybody that tries to use that word on any of the channels that I moderate on, you're out. I'm sorry. Not having it. To me, that's the most offensive word that we use. WAP is a song by Cardi B. Okay, I don't know that. I think I've heard it. My mother also says that this is one word she doesn't like the most. Yeah, I don't know why it's so offensive. So, sorry. No, I'm not going to say. So there's a Hindi word that's similar to that, and it's like your sister's. And but instead of saying the full word, I would just say chew, like choo choo, like a train. And so when I worked in construction, and if I was getting mad at somebody, I'd say, "Oh, you're such a," and I'd use the Hindi word instead of. Jason, that's enough now. Oh God, here we go. Are you Indian? Are you Indian? So yeah, so I'm an OCI. Oh, really funny. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's stop talking about banned words now. That's not good. This is Anchorhaven, the mystical wellness channel. Oh, you grew up in London, so they're speaking Hindi. Oh wow. Yeah, that's not good. When I was living and working in India, I lived out there a long time. But at one point, I had this job, and we used to have to interview families. And there's a little girl who said the worst things. And of course, it was all in Hindi, so I didn't know what she was saying. So I'm asking the parents and the uncle, like what they saying, and they're just laughing. And I found out later that calling me mothers, brothers, whatever, and all this kind of stuff. This is like a 3-year-old. Oh, it's a common word. Oh, that's awful. Um, I'm not even going to read that out. So I will read anything on the screen. So moderators should know that I read anything on the screen. If you don't want me to read it out, generally delete it. Because Jason knows what I'm like sometimes. So you see Jason's deleting things, I'm like, why have you deleted things? And it's to stop me reading out random, not some good things. So we're talking about swamp ass. They're talking about swamp ass in the chat. Okay, 2.5 Men. That's where I got that phrase swamp ass from. I got that from 2.5 Men. That's where I know that from. Found them out from Brady, Swamp Booty. Okay, guys, this is meant to be a high vibe live. Where are we going? Where are we going? I'm gonna have to do some big bells. Oh dear, I need to make a new thumbnail now of booty ass lives. A group hug, woo group hug. So now I know that's a group hug because I don't know why. It just looks like, I don't even know what it was. It's less common in the UK since it's typically colder. What, to get swamp ass? I guess so. I guess so. Okay, that bell's making me really hungry. Has anybody not had a card who would like a card? Because I'm going to finish off soon. There's just far too many messages getting helpful review. It's... Oh, were you talking about tidy whities? Haha, local neighbour. You guys are cracking me up. Don't know what y'all doing. Bless your heart. No, I've said that 3 times, though, which is not good. Desi would like a card. Thank you, Desi. Thank you. Helping me redirect the conversation. Because your woo has started something. Talking about why Alf likes to eat cats. That's how we got into all of this. And your message getting rejected by YouTube 8 times. This is for Desi. Clarity? Meow. So this is for Desi. Manifesting dreams. Dreams are coming true. So make sure that you're very clear about what it is that you're wishing to manifest, because it's going to come in abundance. There's a cornucopia of abundance available for you. Looking at all the colours in the card and noticing what you're drawn to the most. This is the chakra that may need some healing for you. But this is very much the orange energy I'm drawn to today, which is all about ideas, all about what do you wish to create from that womb space. Yeah, so thinking about the end goal more than anything, thinking about the end goal. Okay, the next card here for clarity is trust your intuition. My life is truly guided. So you're about to open up something new with your manifesting dreams ability. You're about to open up something really wonderful. Wisdom is coming in as well. So there's a remembrance. So maybe revisiting a place that you've been before and just seeing it through different fresh eyes. Very drawn to the water and to the green energy on this card for you, Desi. Hope that makes sense. So trust your intuition, but manifest something amazing. My life is truly guided. So trust the information that comes in from your higher self, from your guardian angel, from your team in spirit. It's quite a catchy tune. Now, yesterday I was listening to, what was it, Jason? 90s gangster rap. And it's been a while since I've listened to 90s gangster rap, but I was really enjoying it actually. And Jason was sharing things with me as well. So she says, thank you, Anchorhaven. Okay, so I started to listen back to the call-in show, and Willard definitely calls me Archhaven. He says Archhaven, right? Now my word is activating. My names are activating. There is not really a spell attached, but there's an activation attached. But whenever you say my name, you get violet flame energies come into your life to help you transform. So if you have an ill intention and you're trying to say my name, you're going to get hit with a lot of violet flame to cleanse it out of you, right? With love, of course. So he does not say my name. He calls me Archhaven. In what world am I Archhaven? Is that like my evil nemesis or something? It's a good genre of music. Glad Desi can handle your humour. Okay, I like Willard. He does message me 50, 60 times some days, though. It's hard to respond while at work. I've literally told him to not message me, and he still does. It's interesting to hear him on a calling show. He just might not be able to read well. No, I don't know. It is big country. I don't know. Yeah, so don't be, because he puts every single thing as a separate line, so you end up with 50 messages. He tried that with me a few weeks back, and at the time I was going through something really bad, and I had to say, sorry, I do not have capacity to deal with this right now. Please be aware that I'm dealing with something, right? He does make the call-in show interesting. Yeah, he's great on a call-in show. So Jason suggested that I do call-in shows, and I'm not really sure how to set that up. 50 a day is a lot, yes. That's almost at Archhaven level. You can understand what he was saying. No, but it was that time before last when he called in, and he talked about like programmable polar bears as gods or something. That was the weirdest thing. Have you heard this one? Peachy Keen. Well, of course, because it's from Grease movie. Rizzo says Peachy Keen, I think. I'm not entirely sure what it means. You said don't do them. Oh, I thought you wanted me to do the call-in show. Jason, I thought you said I should do the call-in show. So I've been trying to figure out how to make it work. Aussie Jake! G'day, Dutchy Smoker. Aussie Jake is in the house. Are you our first Aussie? Oh my God. Where are all the Aussies today? We had like 5 on yesterday. How are you doing, Aussie Jake? How are you? Good to see you. It means superb or excellent. Peachy Keen. Yeah, it's in the Grease movie, so I've heard of it. A lot of my references probably come from Grease movie. I'm okay. I'm waiting to hear back about a job today, so hopefully I'll get a message or a phone call today about the next round of jobs. So I did not get one of the jobs, but it's the one that I didn't really want. So I hope they give me something. And if they don't, I'm just going to focus on my Patreon and my website stuff, and about to grind up the last nugget of the lance. So Missing Time 420 is our resident expert when it comes to all things 420. What does everyone have planned for Tuesday? Well, John Whitberg released a video, 3:30 Central, a review on the Blade Runner. That's the main thing. And then I'm working on a project that I can't talk about, but that's what I'm doing today. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. I don't have groups on Tuesdays, so I'm literally I'm reviewing some of my older videos that don't have many views, and I'm going to like update the thumbnails on them, put some posts out about them. I don't care if I don't get the job, but it would be nice to have some money. It really would. Do I want to take 50 hours away from my podcasting and my spiritual schedule? Not really, but I'm looking forward to having some resources. I'm getting ready to switch over to try some black maple, says the Wizard Wickus. It's also Draco Tuesday. Yeah, Draco Tuesday. I do have a Draco aspect, so I'm not going to neg on them. It's Terp Taco Day tomorrow at my weed thing. Taco Tuesday. First time I had tacos, I was like 21 or older, and I was in Australia, and there were some Americans there, and they're like, "You've never had tacos?" So that was my first experience having tacos. Good work, Danny, says woo. Okay, any final questions? It's almost 8 a.m. here in the United Kingdom. Jason, are you in a weed club? I don't know. He does a lot. Blaine, good to see you. Will you stop calling me witch? Like, hello, witch. Greetings, witch. I've told you, I'm a high priestess alchemist, which means I can alchemize the shit out of your timeline, is what it means. Okay, I'm going to do that right now, Blaine. I'm going to do that right now. Let's put some cleansing energy. We've had such the weirdest show today. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with it. We've had some really weird energies. It's been ups and downs. We've had cries. We've had hugs. We've had rants. This has been one of the weirdest shows I've ever done. Were they hard shell or soft shell crabs? Crabs, I don't know. You do have a broom behind you. Well, it's called a besom, and it's working. It's working. So this is Matilda. She holds the space. She cleanses the space. Historically, brooms were not for flying. They were for waving around in the air to cleanse the energy in the room. I love soft shell crabs. Where's Cat's gone? But isn't she going to Maine? And then there's that movie As Good as It Gets when he's shouting out, "Do you have soft shell crabs?" Blaine, how are you? I'm good, thank you. We're just finishing off. We've had a really random live today. It's been super random. So thank you for everybody sticking with it and getting this far. We've been going for almost 90 minutes, and it's 8 a.m. The sun is out a little bit, so I did catch some rays earlier. I'm not sure if we caught any orbs, so if you guys watch this back at any point, please put a time-stamped comment of where the orb is, and then I can go back and cut the short video to put it out, because orb videos get hundreds of views. They really do. Franks and beans. Jason, I'm not going to read that out. Don't insult Orby McOrbface, our resident orb. Cleansing the air, cleansing the air. So if that orb is a fairy, do not piss off the fairy. I'm not joking. If it's a fairy in here, we've got to be super respectful. So it's 4:30 p.m. says Vicky Binky in Adelaide, Australia. The sun be gone in a couple of hours. I've tried it. I went to do an Australian accent and it's just Texas coming out at the moment. You just had toast. I'm going to have mushrooms on toast after this. Fairies can come inside. Fairies are everywhere. Oh, yes. You think fairies are just outdoors? Oh no, elementals can be everywhere, all at once probably. So yeah, so I think we've got a fairy in here because you got me the fairy deck. So what happens when we work with these cards that have beings attached? They come. The cards are portals to bring them in, basically. Apples truly keep fairies happy. Okay. So Woo works outdoors. He knows a lot about elemental energies. I don't have any fruit. I don't eat fruit very much, as I thought, just outside. No. Especially what gets me is gnomes. When I get gnomes in here, they don't like it because my place is cluttered. Yeah. Everything, everywhere, all at once. There's that movie with Michelle Yeoh, and it's such a good movie with the hot dog fingers. Fairies can't come in my house. Got it all lined with salt and iron. If they don't pay rent, they can't stay. That's a really good idea, making them pay rent. But they're coming on the lives, and I get to clip the orb videos. So I guess if that makes me money at some point. Talking about money. So you can share super chat, super thanks, super stickers. I don't know where that money goes. Right now I've got £25 held in YouTube, and I can't cash it out till I get to £60 or £70. So paypal.me/Anchorhaven is the best way to send me a tip. If you want to sponsor a new deck of cards, if you want to help me get some new healing tools, you can always send me money to do that, and then I'll give you a nice shout out, and you can always have the first reading from the deck and things like that. When we do unboxing videos, I will give you a shout out as well. And I have over 50 decks in here with me now, but there's always room for more. So thank you. So that's paypal.me/Anchorhaven. And if you go to anchorhaven.co.uk, it takes you direct to my Patreon now. So please do sign up on my Patreon. You can be a free member. There's lots of freebies on there. And I'm working on the debrief page, which was on my original website. And I've got to try and rebuild it on my Patreon. So if you are a person who believes that they are a military abductee, a targeted individual, a super soldier, super scientist, time traveler, Stargate portal activator, or whatever galactic starseed, and you're getting memories that don't fit into this realm of existence, you're going to want to check out my debrief collection of practical steps that I've developed over the last 15 months to help me make sense of my memories. So I just put out my ACIO video yesterday, which goes a lot into all the weird shit that I started to connect with last year. I got a lot of validation on things that I already knew, but I just didn't have context. So there's a few videos where I started to get the context last year. I work with particular people who help me solidify that context, and go deeper on things and validate and verify. So I have a multi-step process. So when somebody says something to me, I don't take that at face value. I go in and do the work on it. I deepen into it. I get more information. I take all of that to the next person. So I work with certain people to create a validation process that I call the debrief process. Yeah. And but a lot of stuff I'm taking to people and saying, I'm getting this. Okay, what are you getting off that? And we go much, much deeper. So I do have a lot of memories now. There's not a lot that I've not spoken about. There's some things with my dyad that I've not shared with people. So I'm waiting for him to share things with me. And he generally only does that when he's on a live podcast, which is a bit frustrating. And so there's some things that I'm keeping for my book that I'm writing right now as well. So I'm working on a few different projects all at the same time. So radio side is where podcasters make money. So I do have an audio, so you can find me on Spreaker, you can find me on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, even on Podbean I might be on there as well. I'm not too sure. And for some reason Spreaker sent me some stats recently, and that like my biggest audio subscriber is in Vietnam. And there's somebody in Uzbekistan as well. So that's really interesting that somebody in Vietnam is like, binge listening to my audio. My audio runs via my Substack, so I've just put loads of things into my Substack recently, which will be feeding out into my RSS feed. Yeah, I've got international fans. I know I've got more international fans than I have British fans, and I've designed it that way. But I will be speaking at the Basis 2026 International Disclosure Conference, which is in Pewsey in Wiltshire in June. I'm on team basis, so I work in the background to support the event. I do all the graphic design there and everything. Have a great day to you all in the Northern Hemisphere. And good day to you all or good evening to you all in the Southern Hemisphere. So we've got Australians, Canadians, Americans, we've got Europeans, we've got people from all over the world. I would like to get somebody from Cuba so I can talk to them. So if you're watching this back and you're in Cuba, let me know. We should get some people together and work on a movie script. Yeah, I agree. Have to be a sci-fi thriller. Yeah, we all love movies. Miles doesn't pay me at all. No, I work for free, but I get a lot of exposure. I do. Like last year, I wasn't doing a talk, and I still ended up on the poster next to Draco Reed. And I'm not doing a talk. Like this year, I am doing a talk. Hopefully, if there's enough time, we'll see how I feel. I'm really conflicted about it because I am an experienced lecturer. I do stand up. I do talks. But I generally talk about mystical wellness. So this is the first time of me standing up in front of a crowd of people talking about the special access programs, which is what I'll be talking about at Bases. You got a treatment after Iran. They're saying Cuba's next. No. Is Cuba next? No. No, they're not going to go there. There's something underneath that even Sean Bond won't let me see when we do grid work. There's something about Cuba that Sean Bond will never let me go into because I know I've got altars there. So I do not consent. Yes, thank you, Danny. I do not consent to any unwanted energy coming our way. If you go on my Patreon, on my debrief page, the first thing there is a release, revoke, rescind statement. Yeah. I meant about something coming out. Okay. Oh, they're releasing information about Cuba. I thought you meant that they were going to bomb and go to war with Cuba. But there's definitely a dump under Cuba. There's definitely a huge network. Because Sean won't let me go there. So there's something nefarious. He won't let me look into Washington, D.C. either. But he's looked into it with you, James, hasn't he? But he never lets me look into Washington. So I think that's some of the worst things I've done. Some of the worst training I've had has been in Washington, D.C. Because it's that monument, that Washington monument. Whenever I see that, I have some kind of activation. Something's happening at the back of my mind when I talk about Washington. Bimini Road. Hey, Blaine Rush. Is that a don't go any further? Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been one of the most random freaking lives that we have ever done. I might even try and do the index on this. You notice Tennessee, Kentucky, Bigfoot indexes a lot of my videos, and these guys are so amazing. They do that to help me out. They put index comments on, so that you can just click on the timestamp and go directly to that point, and it summarizes the video with all the hot topics. This one is going to get indexed for sure because it's just so freaking weird and random, and which we love. And I've ranted and I've not cuss people out, but you know what I mean. Good day, good afternoon, good night, everybody. Safe travels. Um, yeah, James was just saying about super strength training, Washington DC, very big base in Washington. Yeah. We love random over here. So the next live that I'm going to be doing this time tomorrow, we've got Michael Koff coming on for a paranormal show. But we're also going to be talking about movies and disclosure as well, because he's a movie buff too. And we will have all have watched John Whitberg's review on Blade Runner by then, hopefully. So that's going to be something that we'll be talking about as well. I'm going to be sitting taking notes on this next one because I just love the associations that he made on the first one about colours and how that relates. That's all indicators and things. So whoa, that blew my brain. I'm going to watch it back and make some notes today. So get your notepads ready for John Whitberg's things, because it's like, man, he's just dropping such cool information. Okay, take care, everybody. Have a great day. Have a good night. Sleep well. Protect yourselves. Protect yourselves. And let's have some protection in place, because the world's getting super random and weird. But thank you so much for joining me. I love you all. Yay! I love our morning lives. They're so much fun. But I'm starting my day now, as you're all going to sleep. But I'm starting my day. It's 8:10 a.m. here in the UK. Cheers, guys. Bye.